Hello guys, welcome to A Trading Parrot. I'm just gonna do a very quick market morning update. I'm gonna start with the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what we got. I think we had a breakout on the 4-hour. I was looking at that this morning, and yes, that is confirmed. We had a breakout above this trend line in here, and that is a consequence of the price trying for the second time to break the 81. Last night when I was shooting my video, I was saying that we can possibly go and hit the 81 once again. That is what we are doing now. What gave me that idea is that this rejection that we experience in this candle at 81, I say I'm not going to take profits there. That is too small. If we get rejected and we go lower, that is okay. And I thought that paved the way into going back again into 81, and that's what we're seeing today. And the question is, are we gonna get cross the 81 resistance, or is it gonna produce a rejection? And the answer, of course, is I don't know. As usual, the answer is I don't know. But I feel that this second attempt has some chances of breaking out beyond that point. And what you should be asking yourself is what could happen if we see a rejection at this point? Because we try once, we try a second time, and if we see a rejection and we take the lows of 74, and that could go way lower. And that is because yesterday when we were at around 78, our rejection from there, will send us to a conservative target of 72 or 67 or the 53. But since the price has been going higher, a rejection from there can now send us even lower. The lowest level is 48 today, and that is just mind-blowing. So I really want to get cross that 81 path and get into the 85 and see if we can break out from there to have some sort of V recovery. Remember that S&P still has some gaps to the upside. Let's go and have a look at the fair value gaps to see what we have over the price. Let's go here in the 4-hour fair value gap. And I think we still have some fair value gaps above the price. Yes, the first one ends at 82,380, and then we have one that goes all the way to 86. It's the same as yesterday. The only difference is that the 77 now is gone. So if we see rejection from there, there is all the vacuum plus the fat fair value gap that goes all the way to the previous all-time high. Let's go to the daily time frame as well to see what's going on there. And I think we have done a great progress yesterday, bouncing off very close from the bottom of the falling wedge. And we did that not just with a strong wick to the downside, but also we did it with big volume. Let me remove all this noise in here and let's just focus on the volume since early this year. And apart from this candle around December, which is already 2024, 2025 has had 5 big candles of volume, and one of them is this one. Notice that when there is big volume, it's kind of a confirmation of direction. It depends how you interpret this direction. This direction down could be interpreted as a breakdown if you look at the weekly time frame, but if we look at the daily time frame, we are defending this level. Therefore, this strong level here turns into strong support thanks to a confirmation of volume if you want. But I get that is against what the weekly is going to tell us this week. It depends how we close the weekly. If we close the weekly reclaiming support on weekly, staying above 80K with big volume, that is going to be big as well. But if we break down below 80K this weekend with big volume, we're going to say, well, confirm breakdown on the weekly. And that's probably some news I don't want to bring to you, but well, it is what it is in that case. We also see that on the RSI daily, we broke down. That is something that happened on Saturday. And since then, we have this level in here of support at 36. That could be a pivot that could send us into resistance again, or if we reset all the way to 25, that sends us into a price around 67K, if I remember right. And on the lower end, I have the MACD that produced the bearish cross. It's been 3 days already. So let's go and see some data in the order book that is also going to give us some information. So on trading light, we are in the area of value on net longs and shorts. You can see in here, that is my area of value. That is where I like to take longs. And we are now below that support. That means that there is very little number of longs in here. But wait a second, the price has moved from 74 and it has pinched 80K, and we are in the area of value. Well, that means that this is not really my full setup. My full setup is price goes lower, like in this area in here, and the net longs is in the area of value. Therefore, I forecast a move up. But what if you already went up? Well, that means that we need to wait to enter. I don't enter in the area of value if price has moved 4K up. I need to wait for a retracement maybe to 77, and if we are still in the area of value at that point, then that is a long. Let's look at what's going on with the bid and ask in here. And at the moment we have 006. That means that there are more orders to defend the 80, 81K resistance. They are trying to not let pass that price. 006 doesn't guarantee that they're going to succeed defending it. It could still get broken. That doesn't mean that it will get broken. I'm not telling you it's a forecast, but it's an ongoing battle. We'll see what happens later. Let's look at the other chart. I want to see how are the global longs in here. How are they throwing the towel? Well, we got a good retracement from 69 into now 60, but with a low of 58. So that's a decent pullback of longs, and that tends to bring some retracement. So maybe we are not going to get over 80, 81 this time. Maybe there's going to be a small pullback, and if we succeed at that point to stay in the area of value with the longs and shorts, if the ask that we are seeing in the previous chart turns into bidding in the ratio, that could be great. Let's look at the delta of liquidations. Are we running out? Yes. So we have 172 delta to the upside. So this is very flat. Still, shorts are in risk, but it's not like 1 million. It doesn't have to go up because there's 1, 2 million to the upside to liquidate. There's just 172K. That could do the trick, but it's less likely that if we have a larger number. Liquidations to the upside in the past 30 days, we can see that most of them are to the upside. So I still think that I want to hold on to my long. The risk is very elevated to the downside, as I show you in the 4-hour time frame chart. We have liquidity below us. We have a bid at 85, but for that we need to win the arm wrestling against 81 shorters, and that's kind of the thing. Let's have a very quick look at the news in here, if there's anything that stands out. Well, yesterday there were fake tariffs that produced a pump. Thanks to that, we went up, and I put the video without knowing anything about the fake tariffs. I was just long pushing against the 81. And let's see, crypto has a regulatory capture problem in Washington. And host stories, what do we have? Bitcoin price drops below 80K. Stocks face 1987 Black Monday rerun. I don't think there's anything really important going on today. Let me know in the comments if there's any news that I'm missing. I have to do something now, and I will do in the middle of the day a much deeper video. Of course, leave down below any questions that you have so I can include them in that video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a look at the links in the description for Bluffing OKX, and if you want to join my Patreon, the link is down there as well. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.